Hi, my name is Helena and you're watching Moogo channel. So welcome back again. And as you can see, I have a nice toy here. If you have been following our Facebook fan page, then you probably saw a photo of it posted on the wall. It's a nice Hello Kitty laptop. Yeah, it's very nice. Like you can see, like it actually looks like a laptop. It's a nice pink, and it makes some very cute sounds and everything. And why I have it here today is because, yeah, like, don't you feel that it's amazing that they actually make laptops for small children? It's, I think it's pretty cool because I saw my first computer when I was a teenager and not like 2 years old, and I find it quite amazing how technology develops and how it becomes more available for children and also other people that perhaps didn't have access to it beforehand. And that's what we're going to talk about actually today, about the technology, how it becomes easier, how the tools become easier. And I have a guest today with me. His name is Rashpal. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Helena.
Yeah, Rashpal works here at Moogo, and he has been working in different companies, technology companies, and with product development and all sorts of other stuff as well. Yeah, so what do you do at Moogo?
I'm currently working in project management for development for Moogo and other services. So basically my role is to develop services and bring services to the market which are more usable, more user-friendly, and have better functionality and deliver better product functionality for users.
Alright. Well, like, we had this customer survey a few months ago, and one of the questions there was that how old our users are, and apparently we have quite a few users who are less than 10 years old, and also quite a few users who are more than 60 years old, or was it even 65? And for me it was quite surprising because I didn't even expect that we have so young and so old users, because normally they are not expected to use that much internet, and they're actually building their own websites. So, like, for me, that's a huge shift. Like, how did it happen that so young and so old, aged people have started using this kind of
I think basically whether you're young or old, you're all going to need to have a good experience, whether you're creating a site or experiencing the site as a customer. So for me, essentially, a customer is a customer, but they still have to have a good customer journey with your product. And I think if you make the experience easy to use, I think you'll find that the tools and the functionality is easy to use. So I think at Moogo we will strive to make a good product which is easy to use for a broad range of customers and deliver a great customer experience at the same time. And of course people have different technology backgrounds or technical skills, but I think the main thing is to use common elements which make it easier to navigate, to make it easier to create, to make it easier to administrate your service. So I think those things we really try to do there.
Alright. One thing that I find quite fascinating is that tools like Moogo, but also other tools that are very easy to use on the internet, they are actually developed by technical people who have very high technical skills, and yet they have to understand of how to make it usable for people who don't have these technical skills. How is it possible? Is it easy for them?
Well, I think when you think about a function such as creating a site or creating a page, I think people, of course, bring their own input. They bring their content, like their images or their, stories about their pets or their clubs. So I think content is really the key thing when you're creating your site.
Yeah.
I think everything else is the wrapper. So we try to make the wrapper interesting and easy to create. But the story is what brings people to the site, and that's the most important thing. The customers bring the story, so I think if they create the compelling story or the interesting story to bring people to their site, I think that's number one, the main point of the site. But then of course it's nice that they can create a nice friendly environment where people can do things and add comments, etc. So those things are the tools which we give them and make them easy for them to integrate to their site. So I think the goal is that people can marry their content to the tools and create that really good experience.
Yeah. So how do we find out what people actually like to do? That if some tools are easy for them to use or not, or how to make it easier for them? Do we observe our own or family members, friends? Do we give these Hello Kitty laptops to our children and see what they do with it?
Well, I think it's quite interesting now to even sort of analyse what is the bigger market, the kind of user experiences in different social spaces or different creation spaces, and how people are using drag and drop elements, how they're using image creation elements, editing, content production elements as well as not just text-based. So when you add those media elements and the text-based and the kind of themes and graphics, etc. So if people are using them like Flickr, etc. and different services, we can use those common elements from there and bring that also to Moogo, so customers will have a common way of actually interacting with their content and bringing that to their own site. So I think that's what we attempt to do there.
Alright. Alright, so we try to make the tools easier for our customers. However, I have also noticed that there are actually some very, very technically skilled people using Moogo.
Yes.
Isn't that fascinating as well?
Well, I think there's elements within Moogo and the tools which allow you to go beyond what is, let's say, a basic functionality. So I think the users can, if they are competent enough, go past maybe the first basic level and go to sort of advanced level where they can edit the page and make it very customized. So I think it's nice in Moogo you have a chance to customize your site via tools where you can edit the CSS or edit HTML in raw form, so you don't have to go and play with the drag and drop elements, but you can edit the code and become very technical minded and start changing the actual frame of the service. So I think it's nice to have that balance between creating maybe the introduction elements, and if you want to go further and deeper into creating a very customized service and page, etc., then you can.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I have also noticed or talked to some people who have these technical skills, and although they could do the same without touching CSS or HTML documents, they still want to do it because it's they're used to do everything themselves, and they just appreciate that that they have this tool and they can just try out also the technical part of it. So yeah, I think it's really cool that both.
Yeah, I think it's good to give customers the choice. I think it's not good to say, okay, this is the way you have to create your site and these are the objects and tools you have to use. So it's nice to say, okay, there's some other options for you, and if you really want to experiment a little bit and maybe learn something along the way as well, then you can use them and maybe try them and experience what the changes are, and if you like it, that's fine. It's probably like an additional education for the users, and if that's not your thing, then you can always drop back and use the tools and maybe stop there. So I think it's nice to give users the choice.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, well, if you have any opinions on that, let us know in the comments. You can comment on our Moogo blog, which you can find on moogo.com/blog. So we'll put the video there, and you can find it there, as well as on our YouTube channel, which is on youtube.com/Moogo website. And if you have any questions, then you can ask the questions. They can be about anything, about making a website, or about Moogo, or about the topic that we just talked about. And yeah, we ask the question and answer the question in the next video. You can post the questions as well as your feedback or comments to the blog, and we actually already got some feedback on the blog, so thanks for everyone who have contributed. And also check out our Facebook page, because we have actually one competition going on there, where you can share your opinion on how a professional website should look like, and you can win an Amazon gift card worth $100 there, so it's pretty cool. So thanks for watching, and thanks to Rashpal, and See you next week.
Bye.